Hello and welcome back. My name's Liam from the Basic Barista, and today we've got a very special experiment that took a little bit longer than we anticipated, and that's mainly to do with my organization skills. Now with me, I've got two samples of the exact same coffee. The difference between these two samples, if you can't tell already, is that this one has been sitting at room temperature, whereas this one has been sitting in a domestic freezer. In fact, it's actually been in the door of the freezer, so it's going to be more accurate to something that you'd see at home, where you've got constant exposure to different sort of air, but relatively speaking, it's been frozen for all this time. How long, you may have asked? This coffee has been sitting here since June 2023, and as of today, it is the 23rd of March. So it's been quite some time, and we actually thought we were only going to run this experiment for a month, but things happen. So in today's video, we are going to be grinding these two coffee samples. We're going to be cupping them side by side, and we're going to walk through any of the different tastes that we can detect between the two. Now, this won't be a blind cupping, but I'll do my best to try and be as objective as possible. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I can tell when introducing hot water to these two samples of coffee is that the one that has been frozen seems to have more gas trapped inside, and that's showing with a stronger formation of a crust on top. So now we are going to break the crust, and we're going to remove that top layer of coffee grounds. And then we're also just going to skim the top with the spoon, and this is known as polishing the cup. And for the next one, it's okay to have a little bit of this formation of bubbles at the top. That will very soon dissipate when it's ready to be tasted. Okay, so first of all, tasting these two coffees side by side, there is a distinguishable difference. Removing all of the visual components to this, such as this one having more bubbles and forming more of an intense crust on top, as well as me actually knowing what the two coffee samples are. The taste in the cup is that this one, the room temperature coffee, definitely has this corn sort of wheaty, grainy sort of taste. Whereas this one, it's a little bit more vibrant on the acidity side. It doesn't taste like stale bread. This one, it definitely has a little bit more aromatics as well. To be expected, freezing coffee actually does trap a lot of the aroma and a lot of the flavors in your coffee. However, in saying that, this still is nowhere near what I remember this coffee to taste like once it's freshly roasted. So there still is a bit of a difference, and like I said, I don't know how much of that has to do with the door being opened and closed. It would have been fantastic if I had kept one in the door, kept one at room temperature, and then also one deeper down in the freezer, so I know that it's not going to have as much of an impact. But yeah, the coffee has cooled down a little bit more, so we're going to go through with another taste. So as it's cooled, this cup definitely has a little bit more sweetness than when it was really hot. But this coffee is just vibrant, it's punchy, This is our Colombian El Indio coffee, so it does have some fermentation going on, and that really does show through in this cup. Whereas this one, I'd say it resembles more so of like a natural coffee rather than something that's had a little bit more fermentation. But yeah, it's punchy. It still has that balance between all of the taste. It's still got that acidity, but it just isn't quite the same as when it was freshly roasted. But yeah, it was a super cool experiment. Let me know down in the comments if we should try something else or if we've overseen a variable. There was some constraints with this experiment, seeing as it's only me here, so I wasn't able to do a true blind taste testing. But to be frank, as soon as I poured water into these coffees, I knew exactly which one was which just based off how much crust was forming. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and check out our other videos. We're trying to post more coffee related content like this. So definitely stick around and we'll see you in the next video.